And again, thank you all for showing up and staying through this debate. I want to finish by just briefly highlighting our platform again and talking about why we're doing what we're doing. We are the Take Back PSU slate because, as our esteemed colleagues have continued to mention, we pay 75% of the cost to attend here, but we don't get 75% of the say as we developed in our platform and stated on our website. Moving forward, through our three-pillar platform, meaningful access to a quality education, visible progress toward a safer campus, and authentic student involvement in campus governance are issues that we just haven't developed in the last couple of months. Raylene and I have kept the pulse of this campus for over a year. We have a track record of concrete victories and accomplishments for students, not just at PSU, but at our community colleges as well. And we can promise you that, again, if you look at the work we've done this year, if you look at the amount of effort we've put into the policy report that we're presenting to you, and that will be available on our website this evening, that we're ready to take this job. Based on our experience, it's not going to take us summer term and fall term to get acclimated. We're going to be able to hit the ground running with that shared governance policy, with immediate changes to areas on campus that need public safety improvements, to sexual assault prevention on campus, to the Board of Trustees relationship. We have the skills, we have the assets. Now we need to move into a position of the power and influence to use that in our greatest capacity to benefit the student body, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. We both have enough on our resume moving forward. I could get a job in an organizing nonprofit right now. I'm not doing this for a title. I'm doing this because I genuinely care about the student body here at PSU, and I wouldn't have worked 60 hours a week multiple times over the last couple terms if I didn't genuinely care. We're not people who do the bare minimum. We're people who get stuff done, and that's our promise to you. Thank you and have a great day.
So as I've mentioned earlier on during this debate, I've been here for 3 years. I've been a student representative that entire time. I served in a variety of roles as a senator, as the current Equal Rights Advocacy Director, and having been in the Oregon Student of Color Coalition.
Oh, suck!
Thank you. The Oregon Student Equal Rights Alliance is part of the Oregon Student Association, and also the United States Student Association, which unfortunately I can't afford the student to continue going to their board meetings. I received no support for that. So regardless, out of everyone, minus Marcus, who's been here much longer than I have the longest track record of success here on campus. When 2 years ago, when we were fighting for tuition equity, which was a way to get undocumented students to be able to pay in-state tuition here, I was here at PSU in the Native Center talking to students with representatives from Las Mujeres, from Mecha, talking about how you can be involved, and talking about how we are going to go to Salem and we're going to win this. And because we had a community behind us, because we decided to collectively organize in order to achieve that, many of my friends and many of my colleagues here today pay in-state tuition. And I think that's incredible. The kind of gains that we can get when we come together as a community. And these are just some of the things that I've done. Cultural competency for healthcare providers, so that people don't feel like they're being marginalized for their race, ethnicity, documentation status, sexuality, or gender identity when they go and seek health services. That was also a community effort, and we successfully won that. This year, one of my colleagues, Erica Molina and Jackie Altamirano, have been working on cultural competency at PSU for faculty and administration, which is actually something that I've been helping with them work on, and it's part of my platform. So what we're really talking here today is who can most effectively represent students. And we're here to say that we're not your representatives, you are. We're not your leaders, you are. So when it really comes down to it, who's gonna let you actually do what you wanna do? That's gonna be Sam and I. Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone who is here right now, and thank you for everyone who has stayed here this entire time. I've been totally rationing my 1 cup of water this entire time, so I'm really anxious to get to a hydration station as soon as possible. So as you've heard, I think most of us agree on the stances on issues, all except deputization of CPSO. That was kind of a surprise to me. But we all agree on these issues. The question is, how do we get it done, and what do we prioritize? Students for a Better Tomorrow today, we believe that we get it done by collaborating together, by listening to our fellow students and not just speaking for them, but giving them the tools they need to advocate for themselves. We think it's time to have a more transparent student government. Phoenix and Sam and our campaign have instituted a $50 per student limit on campaign contributions. We want to set an example for transparency and actually demonstrate it in how we're running our campaigns and not just talking about it. We think it's time for a comprehensive Good Samaritan policy here on campus. We think it's time to pass Pay It Forward and to do it by not just clipboarding students in the park blocks, but by going into the districts of legislators who are making this decision and educating the constituents there about the issue and why they should support it, and having them call their legislators. So the legislators will actually respond to those needs and not just get jammed with their phones from OSA people. We think that it's also time to start prioritizing international students in a much bigger way, not just talking about it. Our SLA has a lot of international students who really care about these issues. International students pay 3 times the tuition that in-state students pay, but they don't get the same level of services and the same level of quality of education. We need to be able to have an emergency fund that, like they do at UO, where if an international student has trouble paying for their tuition because a bank account got frozen or because there's a medical emergency with their family back home, that student isn't going to lose their education opportunity here in America. We want to support international students in a very big way. And we also think that it's time that we have more of a student safety net here on campus, honestly. We have some great resources here on campus, like the Child Care Center, like the Student Pantry that has been a real success story for ASPSU. We need to give things like the Student Pantry a baseline level of funding so that we're not just always relying on donations, but that we can actually ensure that there is food security on this campus. Above all, I think we need to do this together, and we need to collaborate together, we need to listen, and I'm confident that together we can definitely have a better tomorrow today. Thank you.